皆さんこんにちは。Welcome to 英語ファイル。今回もですね、英検1級の語彙問題対策をやっていきましょう。本番直前対策になります。で、今回も5つオリジナル問題を用意しましたので、まずテストとしてやってみてください。で、その後に英語で解説します。それでは早速どうぞ。Okay, so let's take a look at them one by one. The first one was acrid. This has been the answer once before in the real test. So let me read. The teacher's acrid remark hurt the student's feelings. Later, the teacher regretted saying such a nasty thing. So acrid means sharp, strong, critical. So we can say that a smell or a taste is acrid. Makes us want to go, ugh, like that. Or, as in this case, we can say that something that someone said is acrid. So that would mean critical.Hurting someone's feelings. Okay, so let's take a look at this picture. So the teacher is saying, "Get out of my class, you're too stupid to understand anything." So it's being very critical. Now, let me introduce several similar words to help you remember the meaning of acrid. So for instance, acid, acute, acupuncture. So all of these words begin with AC.And they have something in common. They actually all mean sharp. So, for instance, if you drink pure lemon juice, which contains acid, it tastes sharp or sour. Now, an acute angle has a sharp point compared to bigger angles. Acupuncture uses sharp needles to poke holes in your skin. So, in this way, AC, ac, often means sharp.Now, I've mentioned this in another lesson, but the adjective acrimonious and the noun acrimony also mean things like bitter, angry, related to the image of sharpness. And these two words have actually been the answer 5 times before in the real test. So it might be a good idea to remember them. Anyway, ac means sharp, so let's look at the sentences one more time. The teacher's acrid remark hurt the student's feelings.Later, the teacher regretted saying such a nasty thing. So acrid means sharp, strong, critical. Okay, word number 2 is panacea, and this has been the answer once before in the real test. Let me read. Solar power is not a panacea for global warming. There are still many other things we must do to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide emissions. So a panacea is something that will solve all your problems.But because in life there aren't many things that can solve everything, we often use this word using the negative. So we'd say something is not a panacea. Okay? So let's look at this picture. So here he is. He's saying, "Oh, I've got the answer. Solar power will solve all our problems." But no, in fact, it won't solve all our problems.Now, pan means all. So you've probably heard of pandemic. This means affecting all people in all areas of the world. So normally when we're talking about a virus like the one that we're experiencing right now, we can say that it's a pandemic. Now another one is Pangaea, which means all the earth. So Pangaea was a supercontinent that contained all of the continents of the world today. Okay, so one more time. Solar power is not a panacea for global warming. There are still many other things we must do to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide emissions. So panacea is something that will solve all problems. Word number 3 is uncouth, and this has also been the answer once before in the real test. So let me read the sentence. The boy was deeply embarrassed about his father's uncouth behavior at the restaurant and decided to teach him table manners when they got home. Okay, so uncouth means lacking manners or rude. So look at this picture. So this is an extreme situation, but extreme things are easier to remember because they stay in your mind more. Anyway, for me, the couth part, the C-O-U-T-H part, reminds me of words like courtesy, courteous, courtly, courtliness, which are all words related to politeness or being well-mannered. So even though they're not actually related, when I see couth, I think, oh, polite, well-mannered. And then if you put un before it, it has negative meaning, so it means not polite, not well-mannered. Okay, so let me read one more time. The boy was deeply embarrassed about his father's uncouth behavior at the restaurant and decided to teach him table manners when they got home. Uncouth means lacking manners, rude. The next one is reparation, and this has been the answer once before in the real test. The Greek government has compiled a document demanding war reparations from Germany. Athens may request over 100 billion euros for damages. So reparation means payment for harm or damage, especially in times of war. So the country that lost the war has to pay the country that won the war for all the damage that it caused. Alright, let's take a look at the picture. So you can see the Germans in front of the Parthenon in Athens when they were occupying Greece. And now Greece is saying you have to compensate us for all the damage. So reparation has the same origin as the word repair. So if you repair something, you fix it to restore it to the original condition. So similarly, reparations refer to the money that you give in order to fix the damage and restore a country to the original condition. So simple. Now let me read one more time. The Greek government has compiled a document demanding war reparations from Germany. Athens may request over 100 billion euros for damages. Reparation, payment for harm or damage. And the last one is butter up. This has been the answer twice before in the real test. Let me read the sentence. Wanting some money to buy a new pair of shoes, the little girl started to butter up her mother. So, butter up means to please someone or to be really nice to someone in order to get them to help you or to agree with you on something. So here's the picture. The girl's probably saying, "Hey mummy, you look so pretty. Hey mummy, I'll help you wash the dishes." And then afterwards, she's going to ask her for some money. Now apparently this phrase originated in ancient India. People would throw balls of butter at a statue of a god and cover it with butter in order to get things like peace and a good harvest. So that's one way to remember it. Now the way I remember it is when you spread butter on your toast, you're preparing to put something else on top, bacon or eggs or something. So when you butter someone up, you praise them and say nice things as preparation before asking them to do something for you. So pick whichever one works for you. So I'll read it one more time. Wanting some money to buy a pair of shoes, the little girl started to butter up her mother. Butter up means to please someone in order to get them to help or agree. Alright, so let's go through them one more time. The first word was acrid, which means sharp, strong, critical. Next one was panacea, is something that will solve all problems. Uncouth, lacking manners, rude, reparation, payment for harm or damage, and butter up to please someone in order to get them to help or agree. Okay, so that's the end of today's lesson. ということでお疲れ様でした。直前対策いかがでしたか？少しでも自信になったならば嬉しいです。で、多分当日の試験後にですね、何らかの形で動画を出すと思うので、よかったらそちらも見てください。それじゃあ皆さん、一緒に頑張りましょうね。Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next lesson.